Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Okay, so what I want to show you in this important video is Bayesian analysis, Bayesian networks, just the basic Bayesian network. And basically I found a decent library called Dlib Cpp on SourceForge. I am currently using this 18.7. You get this stock HTML file that will lead into the help as part of the download from SourceForge. Just do a search on, I guess, Dlib Cpp, and it's for Bayesian networks and some other stuff as well, which is pretty good. Machine learning, linear programming, blah blah blah. Sorry, linear algebra. So you might be asking, it's C++. Why am I doing that? Well, this morning I thought, hell, I'll get up and try to figure out what I can use for Bayesian networks, whatever language. Now I know of an excellent one in MATLAB called BNT. It's excellent. The problem is, because it's in MATLAB, it's great for research, but how do you use it in real-time trading systems? To extend that into the different methods that I've used through Simulink, generating C++ through the coder, it'd be, I think, a complete nightmare in terms of just taking out the piecemeal components that you want, converting them into a MATLAB custom function for Simulink, or it would be a complete mess. I also knew of another one in R, and I started looking at R, that library as well, and trying to figure out how can I implement that into Windows, because you know my story with Linux. So I thought, oh, I'll go down the cygwin route and see what that would do. For those that don't know, cygwin, and try to deploy Linux-like components and tools onto Windows. Now, went to Stack Overflow, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want to go through this mess, because it's just that, a mess trying to implement something which should be simple with a GCC and all that. It was just, I don't want to go down that path. I've been there and wasted a lot of time on it, and just hit a lot of walls of frustration. So that totally turns me off going that route. And then the other one was Python itself. If you've known me now for the last, say, month, my nightmares with this 2.7 and 3.3 Python and this, that, and the next thing breaking. No offense to Python and Python lovers, it's just I don't understand how you can architect a language like that, where it has this break, like with .NET and Java and even MATLAB have a no break policy, but I just don't see that with Python or R. So I decided to focus, and again, why C++ is two more other reasons. If you've seen my job outlook, like from a few weeks ago, which it is bleak, all the high-paying quant type of jobs, still the standard C++. 99% of the jobs are C++. The other thing is with C++, if you're part of my Fixate video or webinar, it was over 2.5 hours with David at Fixate. We had some pretty intelligent people with some questions come out. We've taken the video offline for now. We'll bring it back once it's gone through a proper editing process, which should have been done at the beginning, but hopefully we'll come back with it. But there's a lot of discussion about Linux, C++, and Java versus .NET. Not saying I'm going to be sitting here abandoning .NET. That's probably the last thing that will happen. But I do want to focus more on C++ projects, good ones, and this is where I'm at right now. Because when you start building things from scratch, you want to try to take the easiest and quickest path, but still stick with relatively decent frameworks and libraries that are built in C++. I do believe this one looks pretty good. I haven't played with it, but I'm impressed nonetheless of very simple things. So, enough blabbing, let's get to it. So this is called Dlib C++. Now, I'm in my Visual Studio 2012 Ultimate, and let me show you what I've got. For those that are fairly new to C++, or even just Visual Studio, it's a joy to work with. I really like Visual Studio, always have and always will. It's my preferred IDE, and it's really easy to work with. It actually makes you a lazy programmer, but that's okay, because you're going to save a lot of time without having to worry about monkeying around with other dependency and libraries, like, let's say, the Dlib. But anyways, let me show you what I've done. So I've downloaded the project. I put it into this dlib, just extracted it, blah blah blah, and we have our folder. Very simple. It's all there. You can see there's the header files and what else we got? Header files and header files. Now, for those that are trying to learn this stuff, my sympathies. It's not an easy process. I realize that, but again, here's the CPP, C++ stuff. So it's all there. Just extract it, ready to go. Now, what I've done is this is the dlib. It's already ready to go to be used. So when you come into your Visual Studio, actually, let me show you one other step. Now, when you load up the help, there's an index file somewhere in there, right here. Just double click this puppy. It's part of the, when you extract or unzip everything, and you should come to a general help, which will take you to here. Come under how to compile. Now, because I'm using Windows, you got to go to this guy, compiling on Visual Studio. Very simple. All you have to do is just add this source file, CPP, and the folder that contains the include search path for your dlib. So I'm going to try to walk you through that. Let me just show you what I did. So I've created this Bayesian demo. So as I said, you include your source file. I just add it, add existing item, and just navigate to it, and includes it into this Visual Studio project. Cool. Very simple, huh? Next one. For the include files, all you gotta do is come under this one right here, properties, and then you go into your VC directories, come under include directories, edit, and that's it. You just add your folder that you want to include. So you include your dlib dlib minus 18.7 or whatever the version is, wherever it exists. That's it. Simple stuff. So this is a source file, the source CPP. Here's my program or my source file. Now, a couple of notes in my source file. Now, I've created a basic Windows app. Windows Console app, project. Added the source file, included the directory. If you include directory there, as I showed you. Now, here's the dlib. Let me show you the notes. That's kind of important. So I've got here my notes to get this working. Of course, the code comes from this file right here. Okay, so just go online, and what we're looking for is Bayes network example in C++. That's the whole genesis of this whole project, right? So we follow to compile. I just showed you that link, and then I just put in those notes I just showed you. Okay, just as a reminder. So here's the source code. Everything builds. See, successful. And let's run it. Because I'm able to get to this point, I'm all in Visual Studio, and voila, everything was running there. Let me just go to my release here. But just so people are aware, yes, it does work. Like here, this is my console. Just go to this directory wherever it's built, and then it runs great, just like that. Okay, and yeah, just wanted to let you know that there is this library. It includes this for Bayesian Network. So now, next step is to figure out the steps. So what I'm going to do for my lovely members, I'm going to include the solution file, the Visual Studio project solution file. This thing, all you got to do is download, open it up, and it should be good to go, provided you link up the right directories of the right versions of your dlib. Other than that, that's what you gotta do as this video instructs you to do. So I'll help you out. Talk to you later.